Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dwight here from Retro Crypto YouTube channel. Bring you another exciting video all about HEX. Got a little bit I want to talk about. It's a follow-up, yeah, actually from yesterday's video, my live stream. But before we get started, I want you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button, smash it. Each and every one of you, hit that like button. I'm gonna tell you why. It helps me, and it's like you give me a tip. It takes no effort at all. Just hit that button, guys. And while you're at it, subscribe and hit that little bell beside it. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. All right, guys. Now that I said that, here we go. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an ordinary guy out there on the internet with a love for cryptocurrency. It's essential that you do your own research before making any and all financial decisions. All right, guys. So as you can see, the screen behind me right now, maybe I guess I should look that. Yeah, there we go. There's the screen. Anyway, guys, this is the HEX Daily Stats chart. It's an easy site to find, hexdailystats.com, and we're going to run through it real quick. Now, this is the HEX Daily Stats from, it should be, I think it usually does the day prior. Nope, it's current. Okay, so here we go. The current HEX price is 17 cents, almost 18 cents, but it's still 17 cents. The T-share price is 3,864 USD. The T-share rate is 21,676 hex. The payout per T-share is 5.997. The penalties are 209,400. Liquidity for hex is currently sitting at 129.8 million hex. The liquidity USDC is currently sitting at 25.6 million USD. Liquidity ETH 3,3200 ETH basically. So basically, I love this chart, guys. And the reason I wanted to start off with this chart is because one of my biggest difficulties with HEX was really breaking down the whole T-share rate. And this chart, I don't know, for some reason, it just clicked. It spread it all out and it broke it down. And it flows perfect. The HEX price, now the T-share price, that's per T-share, how many, and then how many hex do you need for one T-share? Perfect. Explain. And it's all T-shares, and the staking is all about the T-shares, how many T-shares you were able to get. But yeah, I just love this site here. All right, so down here, you'll see a nice little breakdown. Now, this breakdown is a day prior, and that's day 881. That would have been May 1st, 2022. The price for HEX got up to 16 cents, or was at 16 cents. The price change was down 5.7%. The return on investment multiplier from all-time low, 2,876. The payout per T-share was at 6.027. Let's see, T-share price 35.19. T-share rate 21,670. Increase in T-share rate, there was none yesterday. Average stake length is 6.48 years. API rate, interest plus early penalty fees, is 37.82%. Now that is, if I'm not mistaken, that was based on, no, that's not 5555. Correction, ignore I'm saying anything there. The liquidity pool is at 150,360. I'm sorry, 150,360,672. Liquidity pool USDC. That was HEX, by the way. USD is 22,895,442. Liquidity pool ETH is 2,902. Total locked USD is 10.01 billion US dollars. Absolutely amazing, guys. All right, so now we're going to jump forward here. Today's going to be a little different than your normal flow with me. I want to pick up where I left off from my video yesterday. Now, there's two things. Since I clicked on this already, we'll talk about this. And then we'll talk about the next part that I want to follow up on. All right, guys. All right, so somebody asked me, I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. I should have memorized it. I'm an idiot for not doing that, but I'm sure you know I had best intentions. But he had an excellent question, or I almost remember it too. Crypto something. I even remember the symbol. Anyway, all right. So he said he wanted me to compare HEX to Ethereum. And I grabbed it real quick, but I wasn't able to get a perfect layout for it. And this isn't 100% perfect, but it's good enough for what I want to show here. And let me get this over. Okay, so now that we're running parallel at the start point. Okay, so when HEX, I did a lot of research. I dug through all of the freaking videos of Richard Hart's videos, and I looked and looked and looked. You know what? I'm going to pull them up right now. I dug through all Richard Hart's videos, and I was desperately looking for the first one where he announced it. Now, I remember when he announced his intentions, it was very, very, it wasn't done in a way of like, okay, this is the huge announcement, this is what's going to happen. No, it was done in a passing thought. And I actually found the original one, and I believe it's the original one, and I kind of gave up. I didn't really give up because this is when it really got started right here. But the when he announced it was when he was discussing it right here. And it would be, you'll find it right around, we'll just click on it.
You
Around 22:59. So if you guys want, you can go back in there and you can watch that video right here. Just backtrack through them. I should have got the date for you too. I guess I better do that, huh? What a loser I'm being. All right, the date of that video was March 11th, 2011. Okay, and that's when he started playing with the thought of proceeding with it. So anyway, so I ran in here. I went to this date right here. Now you can see relatively HEX had done a big increase in value at this point, but nothing compared to Ethereum, of course. I think it was around like 3 cents. And then the Richard Hart mentioned the hard fork for the first time, and on March 11th, and nothing really happened. But then right here around around May 12th, did I say twice? May 12th, Richard Hart took and mentioned it. He really started to campaign for it, and I'll show you how you know when he started to really campaign for it and how it affected the price of HEX. Let's go back in here, and you'll see where he started to campaign for it. Don't you hate it when you could have had something a little bit better prepared, but you thought you were good enough? All right, so we're going to say he started to really campaign for right here, right around May 16th,
everybody.
on the money. All right, so May 16th is when he really started to campaign for HEX, and you're going to notice something right here. Boom, right here, May 14th. What do you know? That's when HEX made a nice little jump up in value. It went from like 1 cent, and it jumped up to 6 cents, which is astronomical, actually. And then the game started. Now, I was looking at the charting, and you'll see here, I wrote Hexagon's expected pulse chain to be launched in September in order to I was supposed to say in order to beat Cardano. I'm gonna fix that. That makes me annoying to. Oh man, don't. All right, forget it. All right, in order to beat Cardano's smart contracts. So basically, what Richard Hart did was when he originally announced it, he said, and I'm going to get Pulse Chain out before Cardano. Cardano's going too slow. They should have smart contracts out already. We're not going to build on Cardano just for that fact of things like that, because Cardano was really pumping then. And I'm going to go hard fork Ethereum. So everybody was all pumped. Cardano was set to launch the smart contracts in September. Everybody was like, well, Richard Hart said he was going to beat Cardano. And the money came poured in. And as you can see, HEX shot all the way up to 43 cents in September. Early October, Cardano launched its smart contracts, like around September 10th, 9th, something like that. And there was no pulse chain. Pulse chain was being built out, but there was no pulse chain. So everybody got frustrated. And all of a sudden, from that point on, because Cardano smart contracts were released, and subsequently, Pulse Chain HEX fell in value, even though Ethereum, as you can see here, was still climbing to its all-time highs. So, why am I saying all this? This Hexagon disappointment dropped the price down from 48 cents all the way down to 13 cents, which is where we've been staying up to this point for the most part, guys. We have dropped it a little bit lower, but not much, like 10, 8, 9. What, you get the idea. So, why am I saying all this? What's all this babble, all this history for? What do I think is going to happen when Pulse Chain goes live? All right. The price that I think that it will go for will be 0.00009. Now, what I want you to do is to go to your sacrifice, go to the sacrifice calculator, and look at how much pulse you're going to be awarded. Now, I want you to multiply that against the 0.00009, and you should find that the prices should kind of closely coexist with each other. Now, I've had other YouTubers say that they're expecting Pulse Chain to start off higher. Pulse Chain is we're going to have to establish the price of Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain basically is supposed to be released at 0 because you're not supposed to receive anything. So it should have 0 value. And I mean, you can add 50 million zeros, but it's got to be an end to the zeros. You know what I mean? But that's what I think it's going to launch at personally, somewhere around that. And I think Hex is going to explode when Pulse Chain goes live. I truly do think Hex is going to explode. Do I think it's going to be a sustained explosion? No, I do not. I think once it shoots up, it's going to drop back down. It's going to drop back down for one innocent reason. Now that you're going to have P-Hex and E-Hex. Pulse Chain Hex, E-Hex. Remember, you're getting a copy of everything that was in your MetaMask wallet whenever they did the snapshot. And so, with that said, it's going to definitely, you're going to have 2 or something. It's going to have to make a pullback, in my opinion. And then it's like, who's going to win? Doesn't really matter because as a Hex King, you're a winner, period, because you have 2 of each. I mean, 1 of each. So, but yeah, that's where I just wanted to really follow up on that video from yesterday. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from with this, but I foresee it to be, pretty dang interesting. All right, now jumping forward from that, let's take a look at Hex today. What is Hex looking like today, guys? Hex is currently Hex is at 17.7, so 17.5 cents. It got up as high on the 30th because this is let's take this down to the 4-hour chart. We're getting so close to the big bang. It's time to start looking at the 4-hour chart. I'm not worried about the rest of the market because honestly, the rest of the market is looking quite horrible right now, guys. All right. So I'm gonna slightly disagree here. Okay. So according to the VPVR on a 4-hour chart, it has the support range sitting at about 11 cents roughly, and I have support for where we currently are a bit higher, a very strong support. Well, actually, this is a secondary support, and my secondary support is at 12 cents. The primary support, which is right here, is sitting at 16 cents currently. But the VPVR says is most likely support that it should not drop beneath is currently at basically 11 cents. So do your numbers accordingly. But remember, we got a recession inbound, so make sure you got your bulletproof vest on and your helmets and all. Get ready for some rough seas ahead. Okay, now looking here at Hex, with the moving averages on a 4-hour chart, you're going to see that the 20-day moving average is starting to carol down, but it still looks good. And you got the 50-day here. The 100-day is about to cross over the 200-day. Yes, that is good news. That's just bullish news right there, guys. That's why I'm so excited. You can see where it hit that resistance right where I said it was going to hit before, right around 19. But we'll pull it down a little bit to make it at 19 cents exactly is where it hit the resistance. So we need to break past that resistance point. And you know what's happening. You know it's going to come very soon. Right, the MACD is currently indicating that it is bearish, but it's starting to curve up bullishly. So Hex looks like it's about to make a move again, honestly. According to the 4-hour chart on the exponential moving average, Hex has great support on the 4-hour chart, and it got tested, which just makes me even more excited to see it hit the exponential moving average and bounce back off. That's great support right there, guys. We are bullish. We'll do this. Ichimoku only 4 days out, and it is indicating that HEX is currently bullish right there, guys. All right. And it only goes 4 days out into the future. Remember that. Now, the Bollinger Bands right now on a 4-hour chart has HEX currently in the neutral territory, slightly overbought. The RSI definitely has HEX overbought right now. And the Fear and Greed indicator has it in the slightly greedy, but really neutral territory, in my opinion. All right, HEX right now with the market cipher chart, my knockoff market cipher chart here. It has a bearish continuation here, and then a short signal, and then a bullish continuation, which these two bullish continuations are very good. I'm going to say I feel it being bullish, even according to my market cipher chart. Let's look at this on the 2-hour range just to get a good idea. Yes, it is definitely bullish right now. Even though I don't like looking at the 2-hour chart because that's really for traders, but it still gives you an idea of what's going on in short term. All right. Now, over here at the P33, it is horrible, guys. That looks absolutely horrible. P33 is I drew out this wedge. There was a little hope here, and we just dropped dead out the bottom, which basically means that all this means nothing, and we're just on a continuous downtrend. So I can literally just click here, remove drawings. I'm gonna go over here, and basically, guys, I'm gonna start right here. Maybe I might actually start better here. I'm just gonna, yeah, no, that's good. I'm gonna start this line right here, and yeah, we're gonna see when this downtrend ends because it just keeps downtrending, guys. Because P33 definitely have some hope, and it was definitely a very interesting project, but there's just nothing there, unfortunately. I looked at Pulse Doge earlier, and Pulse Doge currently is, let's get this up here. Pulse Doge isn't really doing too much. We got this on a 4-hour chart also, and all I really see it doing is bouncing around that same range between 1 cent and basically 1 and 1.5 cents. Now, I mean, if you're day trading and stuff, you can have some fun with it, but it's really not too much to talk about. But I do not want to discount Pulse Doge because Pulse Doge did a massive run up. That range when I was telling you about during May. See, this chart will never do what I needed to do. I needed to go back to that range, and it never wants to cooperate. Let me see if I can get it to cooperate. Cooperate. All right, so let's see about how high this goes. Now, come on, guys. Come on. A little bit more. A little bit more. Don't do it. Every time it drops out on me. Let's put this on the daily chart very quickly, because the inquiring minds want to know. How many of you guys remember that show? I always think about it. I was a kid. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, let's try the 12-hour chart here. Come on. Cooperate. Like Elmer Fudd right now. Rascally Wabbit. This Rascally Wabbit won't cooperate. So we're going to go with the 4-hour chart. Ignore that line. It just popped up on me. And we're going to I'm going to try to show you the all-time high here. Even though this chart really hates me. Does it specify it on the... no, it does not. All right, so as you can see, it was up. It got very high. This might be accurate. You know, there's a possibility it did get up to 18 cents, to tell you the truth, actually. Yeah, it did. No, it didn't. Did it? No. No, it did not. All right, this chart's off a bit. I don't remember getting that high. I remember it getting up to like 10 or 12 cents. But I'm not 100% positive on that. I could be wrong. I just remember that it had a heck of a run up, and don't blow off. Long story short, do not blow off Pulse Doge. It's as Ben Armstrong, BitBoy states, it's gonna melt. It can melt faces off. Even Richard Hart said that meme coins can really explode in value, as we've seen it happen. So don't sleep on Pulse Doge. I'm fairly certain that all Hexicans kind of, for the most part, link their loyalty to Pulse Doge because they were the first one out. But yeah, but it's definitely on a downward trend. It hasn't done much of anything. And yeah, it's definitely nothing to be excited about. Hedron is much of the same thing. Here, let's go to Hedron real quick. Why not? Hedron. Hedron is still floating around down here at like 0.0000000, ton of zeros, 1208. It's not really doing much, but I do have faith in Hedron. What is really going to come down to Hedron is, are people going to start to adopt it? And when I say by when, because I think people are going to, so when people start to adopt Hedron. Okay, here we go. All right, when people start to adopt Hedron. Hey, you need me?
No, I lost my wallet.
Hey, you guys heard my wife's voice. She lost her wallet. I told her to write down those keys. I'm just playing. All right. So I'm going to have to help her look for a wallet in a minute. Of course, her wallet's basically my wallet in my back pocket. So she might as well just take my wallet and walk out the door. You know what I mean, guys? All right. Just playing for those ladies out there. There's no borrowed Hedron today or yesterday or the day before. And what it really must start happening with Hedron is for people to start borrowing it. When the borrowing starts is when I think this is all going to kick in. Liquid Loans functions from the same concept, and Liquid Loans has something going on with Power City, which I'm going to be doing another video on that. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. My babbling along. Hope you found this interesting. If you did, please leave a comment. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. And I only have 8 guys in the Discord. Why do you guys hate me so much? Just join my Discord. Please, there's a link in there. All right, and until next time, peace out.